Good morning, Life Church, and Merry Christmas to everybody. I trust you're having a fantastic day. Have you opened your presents? I bet you've opened one or two. And I hope you weren't disappointed. I hope you're getting the things that you had hoped for. Because those who give, we give to one another. We do our best, don't we, with presents? Of course we do. But they don't always work out the way we intend. I've got a very clear memory of when I was a boy and my parents gave my grandmother an incinerator for Christmas. Now, an incinerator is like an old-fashioned dustbin with three legs and like a little chimney in the top, and it would be used to burn like household rubbish and garden waste. Well, she was incredibly disappointed by this. It wasn't what she was expecting. She said, "What's this? Is it a dustbin?" They said, "No, it's an incinerator." She turned her nose up and was rather ungracious. It wasn't what she wanted. We try our best with gifts. The best way to make sure we're not disappointed, of course, is to write a Christmas list. I've got a Christmas list. Have you? 2,000 years ago, if the people of Israel had written a Christmas list, Jesus would not have featured on it. Now, I know that they wouldn't have been Christmas, but just go with me on this. Jesus would not have been on it because he wasn't what they were hoping for. They would have been disappointed. They would have wanted a mighty warrior, a hero, a king that would lead them into battle and liberate them from those oppressors that held them down, that governed them at that time. But instead they got a baby, a vulnerable baby, born into poverty, born into a stable, born as a fugitive, born not to be served but to serve, to live for 30-something years, to then be crucified and killed. He wouldn't have been on their Christmas list. They would have been disappointed. When we give and prepare gifts, we spend a lot of time. We go shopping, we look around, we pick the perfect item, we wrap it, we put a label on it, and we stick it underneath the tree. But you know what? That gift doesn't actually belong to the person we're giving it to until they receive it. They say thank you, they unwrap it, and then they own it, and that gift becomes theirs. You know, God did the same thing. At great personal expense, he gave Jesus. He wrapped him in human form, and he put a label on him. Jesus, God saves, and he gives him to us. But Jesus doesn't become that gift to us until we receive the gift, till we unwrap and unpackage that and welcome him into our lives. Despite her disappointment, my Nana took the incinerator home as she unwrapped it, and she decided to give it a go. And despite her earlier disappointment, she absolutely loved it. She would always be burning things. She lived next to a dual carriageway, and you'd drive down it, there'd be smoke across all four lanes, and you think, oh great, she's at it again. It was the best gift she could ever have been given. She just didn't realise it at the time. The same can be said to Jesus, about Jesus. We need to receive him, unwrap him, work with him, learn about him, and let him teach us about God to really make most of this gift. The gifts that we give are inevitably flawed. They're going to break eventually. Hope not today. They're going to wear out. Many are going to be superseded, the next model. Let me tell you, Jesus will never wear out, never break down, and he's as relevant today as he ever was. Jesus will never be superseded. But like presents, we can push him perhaps to the back of the cupboard and forget about him. And that's not what we want to do, because Jesus is the best gift of all. My encouragement to you this Christmas is to think about that. There's this misconception that goes around that suggests that perhaps it's better to give than to receive. No, I don't believe in that. I used to, but I've realised that the true message of Christmas is about receiving and not giving. We could never give a gift to anyone or to God of the kind of quality and impact that Jesus is to us. The most important thing we can do at Christmas is to receive Jesus and welcome him into our lives and recognise him for who he is. So Life Church, this Christmas, let's remember the gift. Because for us, and to us a child was born, to us the Son is given, and the government will be on his shoulders, and his name will be Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, and Prince of Peace. And if we're prepared to receive him, the gift that actually keeps on giving, then we will know a relationship with God and a hope for eternity. Let me encourage you, walk with him, talk with him, make him your priority this year, receive him into your life, and keep him on the front of your shelf, not the back of yourself. Life Church, have a happy and a holy Christmas. God bless you all.